Hello and welcome to this special breaking news edition of the WrestleTalk News. I'm Mr. Davis. We put up our usual WrestleTalk News episode earlier today, but 10 minutes after that went live, WWE and NBC Universal, the parent company of the USA Network, where NXT and Monday Night Raw air, sent out a joint press release announcing that from March, when exactly is the date? March 18th, I believe. Yep, March 18th, this year, 2021, the year of our ridiculousness, the WWE Network will become exclusive to subscribers of the Peacock service. Now, Peacock Premium is the name of NBCU's own streaming platform, because this is the age where sort of traditional TV channels and networks and stations are realizing that Netflix and YouTube and places like that are outperforming them. The kind of age of linear TV, which is to say this program happens at 3 o'clock, then this at 4, is coming to an end. It's moving to a more on-demand service, like, we've seen that everywhere with Amazon Prime and obviously Netflix, Apple TV. Everyone wants to get in this game, and wisely, so are the legacy TV stations. And this has been in the works for a while. It's been discussed that WWE would sell a pay-per-view or two to a large broadcaster. Fox was always one of the names in there. There were even reports last year that Disney were interested in acquiring WWE as a whole, although those were nothing more than rumors at the time. But now, this is legit. The WWE Network, as we know it, is being shut down, according to one insider, and is moving exclusively to Peacock Premium. So let's dive more into this announcement, because I bet a lot of people are kind of like, but wait a second, I am a subscriber for the network. How's this going to affect me? So currently, this will only affect US subscribers of the WWE Network, which is the vast majority of subscribers, 1.1 million to be precise by the last count. UK worldwide subscribers, they will currently be unaffected, but who knows, if Peacock want to launch in other territories, perhaps that will be changed, or maybe WWE will strike more deals with other countries' leading content providers. So, for instance, in the UK, WWE airs on BT Sport. I just put it on the BT Sport app, right? So, and weirdly, this will take place from March 18th. So not Rumble, not Elimination Chamber, but definitely for WrestleMania season. And you've got to think how much of those WrestleMania announcements recently were with this in mind. So the first pay-per-view will happen just a few days after this switchover for US subscribers, and that'll be Fastlane, the most important pay-per-view of the year, of course, on March 21st. Fans can still get that through pay-per-view providers, just like they can now, but most of them will have to go to Peacock Premium, where they pay $4.99 a month. That is half of the amount of the $9.99 that the WWE Network currently costs subscribers. Now, the ad-free version of Peacock Premium, because you can watch some shows on Peacock Premium without sort of paying for them, but the ad-free version where you get everything is $9.99. That's the same amount as the WWE Network. So technically, you're getting the WWE Network for half the price. And then if you top that up just $5 more, you get access to all of Peacock Premium, which is, kind of baffling. That seems like a lot of self-harm, short-term business strategy. Hopefully, I imagine NBC and WWE are hoping that will provide long-term growth for them. So all those subscribers, because subscribers are the most important thing in the streaming wars. Netflix recently passed 200 million. Peacock, that only launched the other month, late last year, they've got 20 million right now. So alongside like Disney Plus, which are around the 70 million I last checked, Netflix 200 million, they're way behind. So you've got to look at these other platforms and go, it's kind of, It's a marriage that works for both WWE and NBC because WWE are never going to be able to compete with these larger platforms, and neither are NBC at this rate. However, if they come together, they might stand a chance. So you've got to think NBC thinks all of those 1.1 million subscribers are just going to make the switch over. There is no word on how that is going to work yet. Like the logistics of moving over 1 million subscribers from one platform into another. I don't know. I assume they have a plan for that. It's WWE, right? They think everything through. Well, apparently they do. So we have a report here from Joe Flint, which sounds like a wrestling name if I've ever heard one. And he is a reporter for the Wall Street Journal. And I didn't open up the link properly. Now it's open. So he's got some inside knowledge, reportedly. The deal is worth 5 years. So this isn't like NBC are buying the WWE Network. They are acquiring the exclusive US rights for 5 years. And for that, they will pay WWE $1 billion. So I don't know about you, but that sounds very similar to another deal WWE did recently, which was for Fox to get Friday Night SmackDown. Also for 5 years, also for $1 billion. So, terms of the pact weren't disclosed. A person familiar with the deal says it runs 5 years and is valued at more than $1 billion. Under the agreement, the WWE will shut down its WWE Network streaming service in the United States in mid-March, and Peacock will license the programming, including the popular WrestleMania franchise. I love it when reporters and people who don't really know wrestling write about wrestling. The popular WrestleMania franchise, like it's a Bond film, for its own platform. So yeah, the Peacock launched in July and currently has 26 million signups. Now, this comes at a hugely important time in the WWE calendar. Technically, well, this story is years in the making because the idea of WWE selling part of the network or content on the network to a third party has been reported for ages. But if you remember last January, late January, it's Q1. Q4 investors report time. So that is the period from October to December. The following month, at the end of January, WWE says how they've done. And last year, like 2 days before that investors call, they fired the second and third most powerful people in the company, Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, Vince McMahon's right-hand people for like 15, 20 years. A huge departure. And one of the reasons, apparently, that they fell out was because Vince McMahon wanted to pursue licensing and selling WWE content outside of the network, whereas Barrios and Wilson were very much network people. They wanted to double down on the network as its own singular product. So this comes at the same time that WWE announced this in their press release, along with record 2020 results, because, they've made all the money, a record $286 million going by their adjusted OBDA figures there, which is just insane. Like, good for them. But also, might not have had to fire all those people that you did. And they advertised the fourth quarter and full year 2020 earnings call date. So not just a quarterly review, folks, a whole 2020 review. It's the WrestleMania of accountants. That's going to happen on February 4th. So this is big, guys. It's very big. And we're going to, I guess, get to learn more in 2 weeks' time. God, just when you think WWE are going into a sort of just driving along, steering the ship mode, nope. They shake everything up again. At the same time, Road to WrestleMania is about to start. The Royal Rumble's in 6 days' time. They're also going to completely change how they've done the WWE Network, which, of course, launched in 2013. We've had this for like 7, 8 years now. And to Vince McMahon's credit, he beat everyone to it. Everyone that were like having a streaming service back then wasn't a done deal. People laughed at him. And just like he did with the pay-per-view business and he revolutionized that, he's done it again. Don't count the old man out, hey? He's certainly my idol. That's why I wear his jacket. Please subscribe to WrestleTalk. Let me know what you think of this deal in the comments down below. I imagine a lot of our US viewers are going to be affected by it. Are you just going to move over with this sort of cheaper price, or are you going to bump it up and do what Peacock undoubtedly want you to do, and that's pay the full whack for the rest of their content? Let me know down in the comments. I'll be talking to people throughout the next couple of days about it directly in the comments, so do those. And of course, go and watch the other WrestleTalk news video today where we talked about NXT maybe being in trouble because NBC, ahead of the Peacock streaming announcement, have stopped NBC Sports. Initially, that seemed like, oh no, they're stepping back away from doing sports. Looks like it was part of a much bigger plan, and that might involve putting NXT on whatever this new streaming platform is. So go over and watch that, along with a big WWE return that's been spoiled. It's happening tomorrow, and oh boy, am I excited for how that could play out. CM Punk have also spoken about maybe joining the WWE 2K game. So go and watch the WrestleTalk news from earlier to get all of that news. And subscribe, because we will be doing our first ever Royal Jamble for this Sunday's Royal Rumble live reactions. But for now, I've been Mr. Davis. Jam that jam.